Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. It is the Soul Leader. So quick video. I wanted to talk about the Great Awakening. I remember I wrote a poem about the Great Awakening. The moment I realized that I was chasing something I shouldn't have been chasing. So it was this one particular time in my life where as though I felt really bad that I wanted to deal with someone else because the person I was dealing with and stuck on, they daggone sure wasn't stuck on me. They were hiding who they really were. And at the time I was really young and I understood what doing my own thing meant. But anyway, when I realized that was a time when I realized the first time I ever noticed having one of those things called an awakening or epiphany, right? So I'm only talking about that because I want to take that into different parts of my life where as though I noticed the same thing. Kind of like what I'm dealing with now, but this time it's a little different because with this, it's history with it. It's time, you know? So when you get used to doing something, when it's no longer available, usually by things that you had no control over versus the things that you do, and it kind of changed the game for me. It kind of made me look back at times in my life when I actually was stuck on something or someone, and when it was all said and done and the healing has already been completed, I would look back and be like, dang, why was I even tripping over that? Or why did I even feel bad about that? You know, moral of the story is that I was able to see today, I need to do what I did in that moment that I had that first awakening. You know, when I think about the person that I'm having in mind from in that time period in my life, we got along great. They really didn't do anything to me. It was just that I was just holding myself back, feeling like I was obligated or owed them something. And that's what I'm getting into. We think that just because we with somebody or just because we known somebody for a period of time that we're obligated. You're not obligated to do things, particularly when there's no reciprocity. Particularly when you ever pay attention to how they treat you versus how you treat them. You know, and when I was thinking back then, I used to feel obligated. Into that moment, I was like, I'm not obligated. And of course they felt how they felt, called me all types of names, and I'm this and I'm that. Hey, you never really took the time to really get to know me anyway, because if you did, you wouldn't hid who you were. You would have treated me a little better, even though they didn't treat me wrong. It's just that they were treating me wrong if you were hiding who you really are. You know, because I was like, oh, such and such talked to this chick. You know, it made me feel like what dang, was I an upgrade, or was I never really a type and you really like that type and you don't want people to know? You know, and it made me think about it maybe it was, or maybe they was just dealing with that person for use. And I was very young. That popped on my mind today because it kind of made me think about things I went through recently in my life. It made me think about, you know, my actions. How did I react then? That's why I said sometimes it is great. It's always great to meditate and spend a lot of time alone, because you'll tap into, not saying it just happened instantly, it's more of like a choice. It's more of a choice to have self-reflection. You know, I wasn't expecting even that to pop in my mind. But it did, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe, you know, because some things I can take from my younger self is that ability to not care what anyone think, the ability to make a decision and stick with it. I miss that childlike mind to be sure of something, you know, and I'm saying it is great that I noticed that today. I'm really excited that I noticed that, because I have been beating myself up a little bit about decisions I've been making. Usually I will make decisions and care about what everybody else think and feel. But this is that decision where as though everything is solely on me and I cannot care about other people, particularly because decision doesn't affect others in a way where as though whatever I'm doing is going to stop anything. No. The people that I'm supposed to be here for, it doesn't affect them. It may just affect people who I don't have to be there for. you know, and it's more so people who only get a use out of me, you know. So I say that to say, let me help you, and together we can help one another. May you have a blessed day. Until next video, beautiful souls.